As a two-time PK presenter, I didn't think I'd come up with a third topic that I loved as much, until I was outside Seven Saints after volume 27 and tipsily shouted to Kelsey, how about doing one on why Hufflepuff is the best house? Since Hufflepuffs are not as exciting as women, we've arrived at the badass women of Hogwarts. So tonight, a journey of well-known and oft-forgotten women of Potterland. For inclusion, they must be women mentioned in the original books, do badass stuff, and generally not be evil. So maybe Bellatrix is great with a wand and takes no shit. Maybe Umbridge is Umbridge. They don't make the list. So we start with what's familiar, aka 11-year-old me. Many believe Hermione Granger should have been the star of the books. She is brilliant, the best of her year for one. She has an impeccable work ethic. She pretty much carries Harry and Ron always. And who else would literally travel time to take more classes? Me. And she's brave. She will stand up to her foes, Malfoy. She will stand up for and to her friends. She will do what's right even when painful, like erasing her parents' memories, although was that actually necessary? Her fierce intellect and organizational skills work in service of the greater good, also spew. This courage makes Hermione a classic Gryffindor, but she ain't the only one. Angelina Johnson, Katie Bell, Alicia Spinnet, all badass Gryffindors and Quidditch players. They frequently see through the egos and bullshit of their male counterparts. They're in Dumbledore's army, and they're amazing. Now, I would be a bad fan if I did not mention Ginny Weasley, although I never quite came around to her. But she holds her own with her older brothers and her older classmates. She bravely faces a basilisk and many other horrors, and damn, girl knows how to work a dating game. Now, I also want to mention Parvati Patil, as well as her Ravenclaw sis Padma, two fashionistas who can fight with the best of them and know when to jump shift on their daft dates at the Yule Ball. And speaking of Ravenclaws, Luna Lovegood, oft misunderstood, she has that deep-seated intuitive intelligence that we all need. She is also brushed with death, like several other Ravenclaws. Moaning Myrtle has a dead Ravenclaw who helps when she can. Cho Chang is haunted by the death of her dear Cedric, but nevertheless she persists. And Grey Lady Helena Ravenclaw is a survivor, deceived by Tom Riddle, killed by the Bloody Baron. She still managed to produce a fucking diadem to save the day. Now, before moving on to other houses, we have to talk about the amazing women these kids get to learn from. Starting off, Minerva effing McGonagall. I want to be her when I grow up. Tough with a heart of gold. We all know Dumbledore couldn't run that school without her there to clean shit up. But wait, there are more. Wait, Madam Hooch. They have a woman teaching Quidditch, y'all. Is she their coach, their professor? Just in one movie, but I low-key saw her act in London, so I'll never forget her. Now, Pomfrey is healing everyone back to health all the time, always. Grubbly Plank, she's the ultimate substitute teacher and won't give in to Umbridge's subpar evaluation process. And of course, we can't forget Emma Thompson, Sybil Trelawney. Despite everyone discrediting her discipline, she's wiser than we initially believe, plus she won't back down against Umbridge. And there's Pomona Sprout, badass herbology professor who eye rolls fainting students like Neville, and oversees the best house. Yeah, I said it. You might belong in Hufflepuff, where they are just and loyal. Those patient Hufflepuffs are true and unafraid of toil. Said Hufflepuff, I'll teach the lot and treat them just the same. Obviously, Helga Hufflepuff's a big name. Maybe also Susan Bones. But long ago, I thought to myself, where are my Hufflepuff ladies at? All right, Tonks. Nymphadora Tonks, a badass Auror with killer style, the best hair, and a mom who was disowned for marrying a muggle. She married werewolf Lupin. She birthed a werewolf child. She treats Harry like a person. Now, some don't associate Hufflepuffs with badassery, but I guess they've never met a social worker. Now, I'm not ready to admit there are good Slytherins, so we'll leave Hogwarts for now and talk about the badasses of Beauxbaton. Now, often objectified for her beauty, Fleur Delacour was a hella brilliant wizard who fought off dragons. And Madame Maxime faces industry discrimination for her size and gender and still ends up a headmistress. Now, French aren't the only women who get a bad rap. How about Narcissa Malfoy? Now, perhaps the only good Slytherin from the books, that's debatable, she defied other Death Eaters and, of course, he who must not be named, to prioritize her child's well-being over a cause she no longer bought into. Slow redemption earned in the final hour. Now, speaking of defying Death Eaters, Alice Longbottom, damn. Now, not only was Neville's mother brave in a way most could never be, his grandmother Augusta displayed a different kind of courage by taking him under the wing in the aftermath of family trauma. Both are the kinds of badassery that other Potterverse families aspired to, like, wait for it, Lily Potter. Now, Lily was no amateur to fighting off toxic masculinity, having dealt with perpetually friend-zoned Snape for years, and even her husband, who was frankly kind of a dick. But her final battle to save her son exemplified love, as did her sister Petunia, albeit begrudgingly. So that puts them both on the list alongside the greatest mom badass of them all and the woman with whom I share a name, Molly Weasley. She exemplifies parenting with love and limits, and she and Arthur are so damn cute. Of course, what more badass line is there than, "Not my daughter, you bitch"? It's basically the reason this talk exists. Now, Molly and all these other badasses did the right thing when the right thing needed to be done. They acted out of integrity, justice, and love. These days, we see so much dishonesty, injustice, and hate, and someday I hope to have a child. While this series isn't perfect, I want them to know these complex, talented, brave, loving women. So I created my own version. I'm Cara Diggory, prefect of Hufflepuff. My cousin is Cedric Diggory, and I'm the girl who took care of my fellow Hufflepuffs after he died. I listened to them, held their hands when they cried, and helped Hogwarts feel safe again. I'm the Hufflepuff who was never written of. I am the girl that should have been. May you always be fierce and kind. Thank you.